Hello, my name is Jody Waltrip. I'm a career counselor in career services at Southwestern Community College. And today I will be discussing with you about the process of informational interviewing, about what it is, how you go about setting up one, and what are you going to gain from it. So let's get started. First things first is that there are two of us in career services. There's myself, Jody Waltrip, and then there's Michael Despo. Both of us are located in the Balsam Center on the Jackson campus. Know that we do meet with students online through Google Meets, as well as have phone appointments to discuss anything from career counseling and career decision making to resume writing to job and interview preparation. So know we cover a wide variety of services, and we are happy to meet you where you're at in your journey. So why do we call it an informational interview? Oftentimes, you might have heard about this, whether it be as part of a class assignment that you're having to complete in English 114 or your ACA class, or it's something that we recommend in career services as a way for you to gain more in-depth knowledge about career choice. So why do we call it an informational interview? Well, it's giving you an opportunity to learn more about an industry and field while also expanding your professional network at the same time. So this is a great way to, again, gain some in-depth knowledge about a career that you're interested in, but it's also giving you that networking opportunity to interact with someone in that chosen profession. You never know when that interaction that you might do for an informational interview will pay off in years to come when you're applying for jobs in that field. So it gives you a great opportunity to build your professional network. It helps you get valuable information about that career. What's the day to day life? And it also gives the person you're interviewing an opportunity to give you advice as a college student who's interested in that choice. So, a lot of that is really what experiences in college will benefit me with applying for a job in this field later on. And it gives you some interviewing practice, which is always a good thing. It will inform your career decision making. So it not only will help you know if a career choice is for you, but it's going to help you know what major to pursue to set yourself up for success, what outside experiences like internships or service opportunities will help you land that job when you graduate. And it also helps inform your 5-year career plan through PEAK. So this is something that every student in ACA completes is a 5-year career plan. So this is a way to just kind of add to it. So really, really great value in an informational interview. So who, how, what? How do I even start with setting up an informational interview? First things first is start with your inner circle. We know a lot of students are interested in a career field that they have a family member in, or a really good friend of theirs, or a family friend. So really start with that inner circle. Also, I do encourage students to consider people at SEC. Your faculty are a wealth of knowledge and resources within themselves. And some of you might have interest in teaching at a community college or maybe along the discipline that they do teach. So certainly knowing your faculty are a great resource as well. On top of the staff here, we also meet with students who are interested in our roles as a career choice. So certainly know that SEC is a great place to start as part of your inner circle. If none of those people are applicable to you, if you don't know anybody that's really closely related to your position as a student, then you want to start expanding your reach. And that's really going into the community that you live in, as well as Western North Carolina region. A great resource for this is our SEC job board, which is found on our career services website. Every single employer in our job board has reached out to Mike and myself directly to be able to advertise their positions to SEC students. So this is a great way to see who is plugged into the SEC network and a way for you to know if you can reach out to them for an informational interview. So certainly check out the SEC job board. Again, you're asking for advice through this process, not for a job or a favor. It's really important that you remember that as you go through the process of scripting out the questions you want to ask during an informational interview. Very important to be respectful of not only the employer's time that you're going to be interviewing, but your time as well. You want to gain the most out of this experience. And really important to show that you're legit. The best way to do that is say you're a student at Southwestern Community College. So we get a lot of questions from students after they've identified someone. How do I ask for an informational interview? It's kind of scary, and that's totally okay to feel. So great ways to ask them is through email. We are happy to help you draft out an email in regards to asking for an informational interview with the prospective employer. But another great way to do that is to call them. It's really personable. It's a little bit more professional because you get to talk on the phone. You get to show your enthusiasm for your interest in that career field. So I always encourage to connect with them via phone first. Now, you're either going to get in touch with the person you're wanting to interview directly, or you're going to get in touch with a front desk or administrative assistant. So, in regards to this example I have, it's important to kind of think about, well, in what way, and know that this is just a guide. It's not you have to say it exactly. So, something you could say on the phone when you're wanting to schedule an informational interview is, "Hi, my name is Jody, and I'm a student at Southwestern Community College. I'm interested in pursuing a career in psychology and was wondering if I could set up a time to ask so and so questions regarding this career field and any advice they would give to a college student interested in it." So that's a good, solid way to start that interaction over the phone, whether you're talking to the administrative assistant or the person directly you want to interview. So, great way to just show that you're legit and what you're really particularly interested in. So, if they feel like they'll be able to meet your demand, they'll certainly progress the conversation. And if not, they may encourage you to reach out to a different employer in the area. So, know that this is a good starting point in regards to how to go about asking for that informational interview. So prepare for the interview, even though it's not a professional interview in the sense of applying for a job, but it is still a networking opportunity and it's a way to represent yourself. So this is great practice for if you are want to prepare for job searching. This is a great way to prepare for an interview. So first is develop your elevator speech. This can range from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Now, in the slide prior, that was a good 30-second networking preparation introduction. So it showed you're legit, you said your name, what you're interested in, what you're going towards. So that's a good 30-second synopsis of you. 2 minutes is more where you're talking about your skills, abilities, and that inform your interests. The 2 minute synopsis is really what you will do more than likely in a professional interview. For an informational interview, your 30-second networking introduction will definitely suffice. You want to research the organization, making sure it is a good fit for you in regards to is it going to meet the demand that you have for your informational interview? Is it really the organization and career field you're interested in? So, really knowing who you're interviewing and making sure you are, again, not wasting their time, but not wasting your time either. So, make sure you do your research on that organization. And then developing your questions. What are you really wanting to gain from this? What are some things that you're still kind of confused about in regards to making this your career plan and choice? What's the advice that you're wanting to really gain and know? So, again, the goal of the informational interview is to gain more insight into the career you're interested in. So, really asking questions about what do I need to major in college? Also, what experiences should a college student have whenever they go into the field? So, talking about what things they were involved in, what advice would they give a college student interested in this career choice? What skills do you need to work on and develop before entering it? This is all going to help inform if this career is the right one for you and what opportunities and experiences you will want to gain throughout your college journey. So it's a really great way to be informed on your career choice. So preparing for any kind of interview, you want to dress appropriately. Again, it's a networking opportunity and you do want to represent yourself well. Typically, we recommend business casual is what you would want to dress like for an informational interview. And certainly know that there is a resource here at SEC known as the Career Closet. So if you don't have any professional attire, know that you can come to the career closet and we'll give you a full outfit and shoes. So just know that there is that resource. But a lot of times there's resources on our website and you can also Google how do I dress business casual for an interview. So just know that you want to dress appropriately for this interaction. You want to lay out your clothes the night before, shine your shoes, Really check your personal grooming, make sure your hair is fixed, make sure you don't have anything on your face. Again, this is a very much a networking first impression moment. So you want to put your best foot forward and get plenty of rest. Never underestimate the beauty of a good night's sleep. So just know that it is good to be energized for the next day. So our 3P approach to interviewing, first is preparation. So that's researching the employer, that's scripting the questions you want to ask. It's anticipating maybe questions they may ask you, like, tell me about yourself. That's a common professional interview question, but it's something that this employer might ask you. So being able to talk about that, who you are, what are you really interested in, what do you do in and outside the classroom. Assembling your wardrobe. So again, the career closet is a really great resource here at SEC. Again, we'll give you an outfit for free. And that is located in Oaks Hall. So feel free to reach out to us for more information about that. With practice, so that's when you're practicing that 30-second introduction over the phone that you're going to do. That's also practicing the questions you're going to ask or what kind of questions you can anticipate them asking you. So really practicing, making sure you're feeling good with what you're going to ask and being prepared. And then presentation. So that's the day of. We recommend you arrive early. We recommend that you give a nice firm handshake whenever you are shaking their hand, and really just represent yourself well. So at the end of it, you do want to leave them with that solid impression. So again, shaking their hand again, thanking them for their time and their advice, and also consider sending them a thank you email or a thank you note. This is a very personal thing that everyone loves and enjoys, and it's definitely going to leave them with a solid first impression of you. So dress for success. You want to dress like a future job candidate because you never know if you might end up applying to a job later on at that organization. So again, I cannot stress enough to dress professionally. You don't have to be in a suit like the people in this graphic, but certainly dress in business casual and professional for this opportunity. It will definitely leave them with a solid impression of you. So Big Interview. Big Interview is our online mock interview tool and technology platform that we encourage students to utilize when they're preparing for any type of interview. More specifically, professional interviews for a job, but you can also gain a lot from it for this informational interview process. It gives you an opportunity to learn the foundations of interviewing, what kinds of questions can you anticipate being asked, also what kinds of questions you might be able to ask them. So very robust tool. To create an account, all you need to do is input the organization code 1964, which is fun fact, the year SEC was founded, and then an email you would like to register. It can be any email, and then first name, last name, and password. So very simple to create an account. In it, you can look up general interview questions, but you can also look up questions for competency and skill set. I encourage you to look at this competency and skill set as well as the industry section to get an idea of what kinds of questions would they ask a candidate in that career field for a job. Because by looking at those questions, you might be able to develop and script some questions you want to ask for your informational interview. So for example, if in the industry of human resources, they're really wanting you to talk about as a job candidate about your attention to detail and organization or training experience. Well, if you're interviewing a person in HR, you can ask, so what kind of experiences would be good for me to gain this skill set that I want to tell a story about later on? So certainly this is a really great way to kind of script those questions you can ask someone in HR. So really, again, asking for advice about inside and outside classroom experiences. So good way to kind of, in a roundabout way, use Big Interview for the informational interview process. You can save and share your videos. So you can save them. You can record a video response. You can rate it in regards to your verbals and nonverbals. It saves to your My Videos. And then you can share it with family, friends, faculty, and staff. So that's a really cool feature that Big Interview has. Something I wanted to point you to is the values of informational interviewing. This is in Module 4 under the written curriculum, which is found under the Learn tab. And this really walks you through even more so the value of an informational interview, how to go about setting up one, and what some common questions you can ask. as well as concluding the informational interview and what to do afterwards. It's a really, really great resource I want to point out to you that is found on Big Interview. So the resources we talked about in this presentation was our Big Interview online mock interview tool, some of the services we have in career services. Certainly, if you want more discussion, if you need help drafting out things, feel free to reach out to Mike and myself. We are more than happy to help you prepare for this informational interview. We encourage you to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all things career services. Thank you and have a great day.